Four condensed, so I'll just go ahead and use all 9 of them, I guess. I need to finish up that at some point, but I don't feel like doing it right now. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just do regular dailies today.
Yep, you're right.
Exactly, but none of them believed me.
What's something that I don't really use a whole lot of, that I have a whole lot of? Sweet flowers.
Stabilize.
Alright, yeah. We can go ahead and just take care of the dailies real quick. I don't want to use them. I want to use... Haven't used this team in a long time, actually using it.
A little extra training never hurts. The campaign begins.
And then...
In the name
I guess
of
we
the
can use
princess
Fischl,
family.
that's fine.
Odds revealed by Go Bishop down! You asked for it!
Okay, they'll be next. Hello, thank you. Bam. Alright, that was 2. Oh, that's the diver guy, isn't it? Oh no, it's timed commission. Okay. Sure. I guess I can use these guys again.
There is no escape.
It really doesn't matter.
By royal final warning. Time for a light show.
Should replace my hammer.
That was 3, and number 4 is over here. Hello, come on. Bam.
Guide you. Solidify.
Coming at ya. Aha. Hey there.
Completely missed him. HP, and that's okay. I'm not gonna save it though. Hey there, X. Welcome back. How you doing? Please defense. Yeah, it feels like that's what I primarily get. That and HP. Oops. Yeah, I left the domain. Why not full screen? I could. It ends up getting a little blotchy, though. Just a second here. It's going to be a different background than normal, but I can probably... Can I full screen this? Maybe? Where's my capture at? I'm not sure if this one's full screen. Yeah, that one's not full screen either. I should have a full screen somewhere. Yeah, I can just resize it. But it ends up looking like pretty low quality when I do full screen. I can just do that, move it over here. And we can just move it on top of most things. That's not going to be a problem. Why, my internet? No, I think it's just my, my monitors are pretty old, but they work, and so I don't see a point in upgrading them to like a 4K monitor. And so because it's capturing the display, or whatever the application full screen is, it ends up being at the resolution. And so I noticed when I try to make it full screen or larger than where I had it, it ends up being a little blotchy. But, yeah, I think I'm just going to move it back down to how I had it, honestly. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, there you go. That's okay. I think that's okay.
Let my name echo in song. I'm going in. Attack!
I will have order.
Coming at ya. Hey there.
I don't think that one crit. What is it, kilometers? That is the... this one's... this one could be okay. It's alright. It might be better as an off-piece. This one's still pretty bad. That is the international unit of measurement for distance. Well, one of them. If I recall correctly, the actual unit of measure for distance is the meter. And then kilo is just the 1,000 multiplier on that.
That's the way. Ha! Coming at ya. Coming at ya.
That one didn't crit.
I must do my duty.
Let's see what we got here. Healing bonus. That's okay. Yeah. I know that was a joke because Americans don't use kilometers; they use miles. That is true. I end up using both, largely dependent on the situation. But yeah, most Americans have no idea. They know what a kilometer is, I believe. They just are unsure of the conversion.
Stabilize.
Which, if I remember correctly, the conversion is 1.3? Between 1.2 and 1.3, if I remember correctly.
Winter shall eventually come.
1.3 kilometers is like 1 mile, if I recall correctly.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
What? No, it's not. I'm pretty certain. Miles to km. Okay, I was a little off. 1.6 kilometers for a mile. So I was a little off there. I was remembering like how 40 miles an hour on the speedometer in your car is 60 kilometers, and so I was going off of that.
Oh. Oh.
It's 1.6 kilometers per mile. That's fine. Right. I'll do a couple more domains, then I'll run some bosses. Gotcha games characters are weird? What do you mean by that?
Strike a pose. Time to shine. Everybody stand back. A proper send up.
This is order. Solidify.
Hello.
Hey there.
Oops. Designs are not suitable for combat, yet they fight. Yes. That's kind of the point, though. You want to have a nice character design, otherwise it's going to be difficult to market the character. Besides, it's all a video game. None of it's real anyway, so I don't think it's meant to be taken too literally.
Teamwork is strength. Fire. Well,
I will have order.
coming at ya. Watch out.
Not sure if this domain's drops are as bad as the other one or not. It's terrible.
Let my name echo in song. I'm going in. A proper send up.
This is order. Gather.
Hey there. Nah. Ha. That's not. Ha. Watch out.
Not critting a whole lot on this one. I wish there would be a gacha game where the main character is just a dude wearing plain black t-shirt and dark blue jeans. I'm fairly certain that would not be highly marketable. That one is okay. ER, that could be useful. It's got HP. That could be useful for a healer. It's dope. I would agree to disagree on that one. I personally would not play something like that, though that's going to largely be dependent on what the other factors are. But if that's the main selling point, is regular average Joe probably wouldn't be terribly popular. I got better ones. Defense. What makes you think so? Because I'm a gacha game player.
Let the world collide. Everybody
That's it. Tell me why that cool of a main character wouldn't get popular. Well, tell me why it would be popular. There's a lot of people that look exactly how you described your game's main character to be, wearing a black T-shirt and blue jeans. Uh, I see them all the time. No idea who they are. I don't even remember them after I've seen them. So, if that look is pretty popular, I mean it's more practical than anything. That's why a lot of people wear those kinds of clothes. But if it was popular, a lot of people would be wearing it. Well, a lot of people are wearing it, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. It's not something that people would be interested in. Like I said, though, that would be dependent on what other factors are in your game idea.
Time to shine. Look at you.
One with wind and cloud.
Take flight. Yeah.
What if that guy is muscular? What do you think? Like I said, it largely depends on what other factors you've got going on in the game. Like if the only point behind, if the only thing that was driving your gacha game is just some dude in regular T-shirt and just jeans, uh, it's not gonna be self-sustaining as a game. Because if you're making a gacha game, you got to have some kind of self-sustaining. Why are my textures glitching out? You got to have something that keeps your game sustaining itself financially. Imagine if it's an evil version of Genshin. What? Darn it. You're gonna have to elaborate on that because I'm not sure I understand where you're going with that train of thought. Who do I want? I don't know who I want. Sure.
Illusion shout. Justice will prevail. Here come the fireworks. Torn to oblivion. Wings of darkness. You asked for it. Have your fuse is lit.
I don't want to fight that guy. I guess I can fight the Dendro chicken. That's fine. In Genshin, you save nations. In that game, you send destruction upon them. Okay, so kind of like an Overlord-esque game, where it's like the premise of Overlord, but it's a video game. If done correctly, I guess that would be okay. But again, if your main driving point is just some dude that looks like literally everyone else, you might have better luck just writing that as like an isekai light novel, then making a game out of it. $1,000. Okay, that'll work.
I see everything. Right now, right here. What a miss.
Oops.
What a dreadful ending. My name, echo in song. I swear by my sword. Come on now. Show them.
What was that? 3, and then nah. Overlord has motives that ordinary guy hasn't. So for stories, because I assume your game should have a story if that's what you're thinking about. Um, there, your characters have to have motives because people aren't going to be invested in a character and subsequently a game if they don't at least sympathize a little bit with the character. And to do that, they would have to have some kind of motive or driving force that compels them to do something. Uh, there's a reason why a lot of stories that have extremely dark premises are only popular among like a niche group of people. Because you end up making your target audience, which would be as many people as possible typically, become just apathetic feeling towards that character. His motive is to have fun. I mean, if you think that's something that'll be popular, I mean, you can always try to work on the game itself. And if you're successful, that would be awesome. But like I said, as you've described it, it doesn't personally appeal to me.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Darn it, moved out of range.
Sakura swirl.
Into the wind.
Alright. Bam. I can do a couple of ley lines real quick. Why not? You don't feel fun messing up nations? It's not on my priority list. I mean, I do enjoy a good, like, evil fantasy. Like I mentioned earlier, Overlord. I like Overlord. I don't know if I would be terribly interested in, like, an Overlord-themed game.
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud.
Take flight. The shell begins.
Oops.
The wind.
How did I get frozen in midair?
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
My apologies. Yeah.
No, I don't need those. I stated it's not Overlord. The main character is alone, and his motive is that shallow. Well, I would redirect you to my prior statement where if people just don't find your character appealing, which I can say I personally don't, it just doesn't suit me, then if you don't have an appeal, then people aren't going to play your game.
Take a hamster!
Clouds high. The birds.
Time to shine! Yoo-hoo! Whirling snow!
Look at Sukuna. I've never heard of that. Is that a game? Sumeru. I don't want anything from Sumeru. We can do Fontaine lines real quick. Oh, what's coming up is Jujutsu Kaisen. I've never actually seen that, so I can't really speak to any particular character. I know it's a popular anime. It's a character of pure evil most people like. I mean, that's okay. Like I said, I mean, if you know what appeals to your target audience, you can always go with it and see if it works.
Shine down! A festive retreat! Inazuma shines eternal! Ha! Ha! Illusion shot! Time for a light show!
Why do you like Overlord but not that protagonist? Well, I've never seen Jujutsu Kaisen, so I can't speak to any of the characters in that anime. I've seen Overlord, and I can tell you I like Overlord. Where's the other ley line at? Am I missing it? There it is. You're talking about the dude with plain black t-shirt and dark blue jeans. Well, you got to remember how the conversation started off. When you were pitching this game, you basically said that's your main character without any other defining traits, and I said that would not be appealing to me in and of itself. If you give him just pure evil for the lulz, basically, as his motive, you might find some appeal. I don't think that would personally appeal to me as a video game.
Oz reveals ice! Justice will prevail! Final warning! Shine down! Here come the fireworks! Fuse is lit! Midnight! Illusion shattered! Hands rocking! Now you shall perish!
How many is that? 6 more to go. I can do 2 more, and then save the others for later. We'll do the ones in Leeway, if there are any. They might be over here. They're not in Shenyu. Okay. Right there.
By royal decree,
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
drop your weapons. Justice will prevail. Torn to oblivion.
Okay, let's say there would be a plot twist, so shocking that even people who fawn over the character get their jaw dropped. Okay, what kind of plot twist? What kind of plot twist are you talking about? You want a spoiler? I mean, go for it. I think they're cryo on this one. We'll just go back to them.
Teamwork is dreamwork. A proper send-off.
Order guide you.
Let my name echo in song. Hey there. Coming at ya. Ha! Shine.
Alright, I think that does it for ley lines that I can do today. 3 requests, 3 bounties, I can do that later. 10 furnishings. Oh, I think my teapot stuff is done.
This realm is...
Yeah, it's fine. I can make stuff later.
I do in
Yep.
fact have... There was one thing in our... That is what...
Damn. In the middle of the story, it's revealed that the main character is just a task doer and isn't actually that insufferable. I think you're just making the story even less appealing at that point. I think you're just making the story even less appealing at that point.
I do love Spina di...
Why? Well, let's see here. So you have a dude that's just like an average ordinary Joe, at least that's how he dresses. And he goes around just destroying things for the sake of it, for personal enjoyment. And then halfway through the story, we just find out that he is just doing tasks and isn't insufferable. At this point, I have to ask myself, why am I even still here with this story? I mean, if it's just like a, you know, evil revenge game, okay, you can get your revenge, evil power fantasy or whatever. But if even that gets stripped away from you midway through the story, I mean, at that point, why am I still here now? To see the main character complete his task with a heavy heart. I thought he was just doing this for the evils. For the sake of just being evil. And now he's got like emotions with this. I mean, at that point, I think people would just think like I would personally think, unless you really sit down and write all of this out. I think most people are probably going to think that you're just pulling stuff out of a hat. It was a mask to hide his emotions. I mean, okay. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, a lot of stuff is gonna have to be just beyond that. So it's more than just the main character that makes a story. Uh, so you'd have to kind of sit down and plot all of that out. And then when it comes to making a gotcha game, that's only going to be one aspect of everything. Hey Arshrana, how you doing? Keep up the good work. I'm trying. It's just that daily grind. Uh, which way was it again? That way.
Onwards.
You want to make him a jackass that can't be hated? I feel like that's been done before. It sounds familiar. I can't give you any specific examples to look to, but I feel that's been done before. Though there is a question of... Let me just skip this. I've done this one a million times by now. Though there's the question of whether he's hated in universe or hated by the fandom. And then I don't know if you've ever been to the particular website. There's a website called TV Tropes that will end up being your friend for developing a lot of different characters and stories because it tells you a lot of different types of media and entertainment that have used your ideas, and you can sort of pull references and be influenced by what other people have done and kind of get a feel for what should or shouldn't be done when it comes to good characterization and story writing. Though the downside of that is once you see all of the different tropes and cliches, you start seeing them everywhere, and then you feel like literally no work is original at some point. Which can be argued that there is no such thing as a true original work. Which one of these do I put the flowers on? Well, he hides his identity so people in his world don't know him and don't hate him. So he's like a super villain? I mean, if that's the case, you've got plenty of examples in like DC and Marvel comics.
Onwards.
He's not a supervillain, he's a task doer. I said he was like a supervillain because that's how you're basically describing him to me at this point. He's like a supervillain that's hell-bent on destroying the world until halfway through the story, where he somehow now starts developing emotions for all of the stuff that he's done, and now tries to turn over a new leaf or something to that effect. But he hides his identity through all of this, and he's a total asshole. I guess you're meaning personality-wise. But at the same time, he's not doing it of his own volition, he's just doing a task. So he's like maybe not a super villain, but a super villain underling. You're kind of throwing a bunch of stuff together here. Like I said, you can do that. You just got to work out some of the kinks, because you got to remember, it's not your point of view that you have to worry about. It's everyone else's. It doesn't matter if you think it's a good story. What matters is if your audience that you're trying to target thinks it's a good story. That's one thing you're going to always have to remember. Tacit field drops are up. Which one is this? I guess I can do that one. Why wouldn't people like it, you think? This entire conversation has me been explaining my point of view and thoughts on what you're telling me and why your gacha game pitch doesn't appeal to me in its current state. I might not be your target audience, and that's fine. But I'm probably not the only one out there who thinks something like this. I don't understand. All you said is that he's boring and inconsistent. I mean, that's one way to drive your audience away, is to have a boring character that's inconsistent with his actions and beliefs. I mean, people like a good evil revenge fantasy or whatnot, power trip story, but there still needs to be some kind of consistency with that. He's just a task doer, it's justifiable. Like I said, you can pitch this. I'm personally not leaning on the side of finding it terribly interesting currently. Again, I could just not be your target audience, but I can't imagine that there would be a lot of people particularly interested in your current version of the story. You can use what you've got right now as a base and sort of launch off of that and see what happens. But no matter how good a story is, there's always going to be people that don't like it. No matter how bad a story is, there's always going to be somebody that does like it. Even if that someone ends up only being yourself. Now, you could take all of this. This is an idea I can pitch to you if you're interested. You can take everything you've said, and you could write a story. It probably wouldn't be a terribly good game, but you could write a story. That might be useful. You could write a story about like a slice of life for someone that meets the criteria you're describing to me. What if he has a waifu that can't get through gacha? I mean, I, what would be the point of it then? What would be the point? What would be the point? You gotta remember, people aren't playing gacha games for the main character specifically. They're playing it for themselves. You can use your main character as a self-insert, which, you know, Rover in WuWa, Traveler in Genshin. Those are definitely self-inserts. Trailblazer in Honkai Star Rail, definitely self-insert. But if you give them a waifu that the player can't obtain, then there's no particular point to that character from the player's perspective. She's exclusive to him, y'all can be jealous. I mean, that's one way to alienate your target audience right there. Oops. Just switch to Chun-Li. Oh well. If you're serious about this, which I honestly don't think you are, I think you're kind of gaslighting right now, and that's okay. Just do your market research, find out what is appealing, and run with it. Self-inserts are for losers. Well, you've certainly written him as one, that's for sure. That could be somewhat useful. No. Yeah, no. Tauchi doesn't need that. He's not just because he looks like an average Joe. You're being very inconsistent here, or at least my understanding of what you're trying to get across seems inconsistent. Because, he's a task doer, like you mentioned, which is literally 95% of current market jobs. Inconsistent, that's the plot. I mean, that might be appealing to some people, but you're basically writing, at this point, like, terrible fan fiction. So, like I mentioned, do your market research if you're serious about writing or pitching something of this effect, which, like I mentioned, I don't think you are. And just run with it. See what happens. I'm still not that good on programming. I mean, that's fine. Companies that develop video games, they have different departments. Some departments do the programming, some departments do the writing, some departments do character design, some departments do all of the mechanics design in the game. And so you don't have to be good at one thing. You don't have to be good at everything. You just need to be good at one thing, and you need your ideas to actually be good. Uh, and you can get a couple of people together. You like to work alone? Then you better get good at programming, then, buddy. How much do I have? 61. We'll just do this. I'm going to need these at some point for Chongli. But I will tell you, like, if you are like serious, which I've mentioned before, I don't think you are, but if you are, my advice to you, if you aren't good at programming, to start learning. Where are you at? What makes you think that inconsistent protagonist isn't good? It's very human. Anyone changes. So, there is a thing called slice of life, which at least attempts to mirror real life. But a majority of stories, or fiction, is an attempt to escape from reality. So if you make your characters too lifelike, for lack of a better term right now, and your target audience is not slice of life enjoyers, then you might have some issues. Again, figure out what your target audience is, do some research, and figure out what best appeals to them, and then try to incorporate your ideas into that appeal. Slice of life characters are a bunch of blocks. I will say that slice of life is not my go-to genre. There are some slice of life anime that I do watch, but it's overwhelmingly minuscule. Oh. Probably shouldn't have brought Chongli to this fight. Oh well. Oops. You can't escape reality anyways. There's no point in making something to distract people from their problems and keep them procrastinating. Then why are we even having this conversation? You were talking about a gacha game. Oh wow, I am really flubbing this fight. Yeah, you know, we're just gonna restart. Yeah, if that's the case, why are you even talking about any of this to begin with? If there's no point to it, then there's no point to it. But I would argue that there is a point in having a vice. Can't a gacha game be realistic? Sure. I probably wouldn't play it. I'm sure most people wouldn't either. I'm sure most people wouldn't play it either. That's my view on it.
Strike as one, thunder guide us. Take four. Honor. Sacred life.
Why? Because incels want to feel better about themselves? Dude, I think you just need to calm down right now.
Turn me. That strength, the stage is yours. You're not getting away. There's nothing. I'll pay it back tenfold. Leave it to me. Going against wind. Woe to me. Life isn't everything.
Ah, man, I'm really flubbing it today.
Together we fight. Oh, stars, heed my calling. Take four.
I'm calm most of the time. That's good. But, I think this conversation proves that your ideas are a little misguided. How many guaranteed drops do I have left? 6. I farmed this thing enough. What makes it... Dude, seriously? At this point, you're literally just trying to gaslight me. Actually, I think this entire conversation has just been you gaslighting. So, we're just gonna call it at that, okay? Hello.
Onwards. The sky beckons. So be it. Tear them to pieces.
Alright, that's 2. Let's see here. I don't want the morning ice. Yeah, I guess I can fight that thing.
Bask in the sunlight. Together we beckon the divine flame. Tear them to pieces. Together we vanish. Feathers incinerate. Tear them to pieces. Might feel that I Zap string. It's our current call. Cast me down.
Oops.
Who's
Should take care of it. Alright. What did I haul? Crit rate, crit rate, crit damage. Okay. Hauls were decent today. I still need to do that. I need to do that at some point. Probably do it later this weekend. Alright. I think I've got all of my stuff upgraded. Doopy doopy doo. I'm not gonna... Oh, I need to upgrade that. Okay. Well, this won't reach 25, will it? That's fine. That's fine. That's almost all upgraded. These, I believe, I finished upgrading as well. The next would probably be her. Crit damage. Sierra Gale. I got a crit rage. That might be a little bit better. Arrow, arrow, attack, attack. Okay. I think that's okay. Danjin. Did I upgrade all of Danjin's stuff? Oh, apparently almost all of it. Okay. Crit rate, attack, attack. Crit rate. We'll use the crit rate. And that basically completes her stuff. Glacio, attack. Alright, yeah, that basically completes her. I think I've got a decent Tao Chi set on her. ER, Def, HP. Oh, I need another defense. I need a defense for Moonlit Clouds. There. That one. We'll give her the zigzag. That's fine. Sierra Gale. I only have those. We can give her the crit damage for now. Arrow, attack. Alright, what threes do I have? Energy regen, attack, arrow. Won't get the bonus. Bummer. Nice. Yeah. That's fine. Arrow, attack, and attack. That's fine. Oops. For Molten Rift. Fusion, attack, crit damage, crit rate. We've got plenty of these, so if a couple go wrong, then yeah, that's fine. Alright, I need to start upgrading her stuff. I need 4 of the high-frequency Howler cores. Mid-frequency, high-frequency. I need 4 high-frequency Howler cores.
Now is the time to bloom. I didn't realize I was holding my breath. Look, it's so beautiful.
That's cute. Alright, I think I have enough to actually take her up to 70. Yeah. Bam. And I need to start collecting materials again. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I don't have anything better. Alright, I can finally start upgrading some of these. Attack. I really want this. She has to be rank 5 for it, though. They all gotta be rank 5. I don't think I have anyone ascended beyond 70. Yeah, I don't have anyone ascended beyond 70. Hmm. I have enough of those. Alright. How far can I take her Forte circuit? Two Howler cores. Okay, I can take your stuff up to 6. So I need 4 more Howler cores. And I think that will completely get her main stuff up to level 6. Okay. It grants a shield. I want this. I just need 3 more mid-frequency Howler cores. Bam. Okay. Alrighty, I think that about does it for her. The rest of her abilities are going to be basically walled behind her echoes, which I'm going to have to upgrade at some point. I just don't have the materials! So. She's got a blindfold on. She's running blindfolded while